here in Nelspruit for the second day of Sasol Rally 2011. As you can see, the crowds are out in full force. With only 0.4 per second between leader Johnny Gimmel and Jan Havik, today is going to be very interesting, with almost 30% of the field already out of the running.
Stage 9, a very popular 1.42 kilometer tar super special where two cars race each other over two identical loops that mirror each other, and in theory they should come out at exactly the same time. In the left lane it's Johnny Gimmel, right lane it's Jan Havik.
Well, you know, Hendrik, this sort of stuff is so popular in Europe. And why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be? Just look at Havik absolutely flying there. He's got 0.4 of a second to make up on Johnny Gimmel. It can be done on a stage like this if you keep it clean. Gimmel, is he going to be able to open up that gap slightly? We'll have to wait and see as they come to the switch over point now. The one car had done the short loop first, now the longer loop. And Havik getting that handbrake turn done pretty well. Tricky thing this is, these cars are four-wheel drive and not easy to get around the hairpins. You've got to get the power down early and not bog down. Get the tail around as well, use the momentum of the car. And now they come to the point where they should be absolutely even. Oh!
Have some of that, Havik.
And Yanni gets the run on him, I think. Yes, he's got the inside line there and he's crossed the line, and it is a margin of just 0.3 of a second, bringing that gap down to a mere 1/10.
I think we're 0.3 quicker, so we still need 0.1 of a second. We'll work on it on the next stage.
Next up in the left-hand lane is Leroy Poulter. Right-hand lane is Sergeant Fecken. Leroy, of course, with lots of tar experience on the racetracks of South Africa and overseas as well. He should do well.
Well, he should do, because we know that Fecken does not like driving on the tar. So the outcome of this would lean in Leroy Poulter's favour. But it looks like Fecken's having a go at this.
Well, Fecken is very good at gymkhana type stuff. That's how he cut his teeth in rallying when he was much younger. Let's see how they do. And
he might just have the drop at the moment, Hendrik. I think he's a little just ahead of Leroy Poulter.
He's got the run into the final stretch, absolutely right. And he takes Poulter by 9/10 of a second, setting the fastest time so far.
How's that for getting skinned?
Yeah, look, it's very close between the top three, so I'm sure they're going to have a dogfight, and we'll sit here at the back and we'll see if we can grab the bone.
Now, in the left-hand lane, Cronje versus Charles Wilken in the right-hand lane as they pull off out of the starting blocks there. Now, Charles Wilken has not found any pace so far on the rally, and he would certainly like to maybe put up a good show here.
Well, that can't be the same said for Marc Cronje at the moment. He's flying.
Yeah, I think he's still not happy about the situation between him and his teammate that happened yesterday. It's actually a good matchup here, two former South African circuit racing champions against each other. Oh, and Wilken making a bit of a mistake there. He didn't get the tail around, he's getting bogged down, and he would lose a lot of time in that incident. Now to the final run, and there's the gap. You can see the time that incident cost Wilken. That's about 3 seconds, and Cronje sets the fastest time so far, beating Fecken by 0.1 of a second.
Yeah, another stage win. Well done, Mark.
Stage 10 now, 13.6 kilometers of gravel in the Hendriksdal area between White River and Sabi.
Under 2 seconds between the top three, with another two in the mix, being Cronje with a stage win and Rotenbach just over a minute behind.
Rally leader Johnny Gimmel, only 0.1 of a second between him and Jan Havik at the moment.
Oh, bad mistake.
That's going to cost him some time. But the fight at the front of the field is so intense that the smallest little mistake can make a big difference. He is absolutely on it, is Johnny Gimmel. And there you can get the good idea of the kind of mixed conditions that they are facing at the moment. This is Jan Havik. He is determined to wipe out that small little deficit and retake the lead. Wow, he just does not lift off at all. So often I've seen rally cars come unstuck in water. Now Leroy Poulter just, 2 seconds, as you said, behind teammate and rally leader Johnny Gimmel.
Watch them go through this water section here. It's fantastic the way that they control it. I'll tell you what, Leroy may feel he's a rookie, but he is really improving stage by stage.
I just don't think he knows how to make mistakes, this man. Now, Hergen Fecken, fourth overall, 20.3 seconds behind third-placed man Leroy Poulter. Is he going to find some pace on day two? Well, this rally is far from over. Rothenbach currently 5th overall, about 48 seconds behind 4th placed man Fecken. And will he find some pace today? He's not sweeping the road like yesterday, got the advantage of 4 cars ahead of him on the road. He's also flying, of course, because he needs to make up some places. He's defending his lead in the South African Championship. And also got to keep in mind the African Rally Championship result.
Yeah, good point, Hendrik.
And he would go 2nd fastest in stage 10. JP Damso now 6th overall, about 38 seconds behind Rothenbach. We go on board.
Good shots. Also the navigator, Carolyn Swan, getting the very best out of this Toyota Runex.
Well, in this stage, they would lose 29 seconds to the Zimbabwean ahead of them. Wilkin, 7th overall, about 57 seconds behind Damso, so the top 7 really stretched out. And a man who's trying to get to the top 7 in 8th now, Cronier.
Mark Cronier, blistering stage winners. Has this given the Team Sasol driver even more motivation? You bet it has, but he needs to chase down 3 minutes.
Musa in 9th overall, 10 seconds behind Cronier. And Gemmel takes the stage victory ahead of Rothenbach and Cronier, Fecken, and Habich only 5th. Stage 11, Magsley, 17.72 kilometers of gravel in exactly the same area around Hendriksdal.
Of course, the spectators out there have been witnessing some really fantastic rallying.
And it's been spectacular. Also, the number of spectators. Johnny Gemmel leading this rally. He's now stretched his lead over Habich by to 6.8 seconds. And I think he will be comfortable with that as we go on board. Oh, I think he's made a mistake. Yes, they've overshot there, and this is going to cost them time. He's got to reverse the car back onto the stage, and eventually that would cost him 29 seconds. Jannie Habich, 2nd overall by that margin of 6.8 seconds as they come into the stage. And it's pretty sure that he will retake the lead at the end of this stage.
Poulter just 10 seconds off the lead. Will that mistake of Gemmel bring Poulter close? I'm sure it will. Gemmel will be kicking himself.
Fecken, 4th overall, but I'm sure that that mistake by Johnny Gemmel will bring him into the clutches of Hergen Fecken in the BP Volkswagen Polo.
Konrad Reitenbach and Nicholas Klinger doing enough, still trying to stay in touch.
42 seconds behind Fecken.
160 up. Long max crest. 7 chip roll. And late neat muddy open 5 left plus.
And they would set the pace, setting a benchmark fastest time in stage 11. JP Damso in a safe 6th overall at the moment in the team total Toyota Runex. Large gaps ahead of him and in front of him.
Mark Cronier, Robin Houghton, Team Sasol doing everything to make up all of their bad luck they've had prior.
And they've now moved up into 7th overall. On the fringes of the top 11, the Pertec Peugeot 207 of Hein Lateghan, going much better than their struggles in KwaZulu-Natal. John Williams, 12th overall, battling with Lateghan for that 11th position.
Enzo Kern, Guy Hodgson, BP Ultimate Polo up to 18th. Wretched luck in carrying a penalty, but lots of fight left in these two.
The second of the Pertec Peugeot 207s in the hands of Issa du Plessis and Gerard Snyman, currently in 19th overall and also putting up a very good show after their struggles in KwaZulu-Natal. I think they'll be pretty happy with the running so far. Didn't even get to start in KwaZulu-Natal in the first rally, and obviously they're still trying to set up the car and find a sweet spot. It's going to take a while before they really get going. Camille de Villiers now in 20th overall after a lot of problems. So Rothenbach takes stage 11 ahead of Habich, Poulter, Fecken and de Villiers.
Johnny, 2 dirt sections under your belt for day 2. How did they go?
Yeah, the first one went nicely. We got a bit of a gap, 5 or 6 seconds to Yanni. Then the second one, we were going pretty good, felt good. Then we came over a crest and the road forked to the left and I saw the road straight, so I slipped up that road a little bit and we lost 25 seconds. So we're back to 3rd now and we'll just try and chase it down a bit more.
Jan, you've taken the lead again after those 2 dirt stages. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's we're trying to judge the pace, and we didn't get it quite right on the first stage this morning. So it would appear to me the pace is flat out and just keep going. And one's got to take caution of not missing the turnoffs. Once you miss the turnoffs, the next guy will come past. So yeah, just going quite hectic out there.
You're not the only one who's had an overshoot. It must be quite hard for the nav there. It sounds like it's busy in the car.
Yeah, you come up to this, at the finish there's a left 3, which is a flat out corner in 6th gear on the rev limiter, and the next thing the road goes sort of almost a 90 degrees. So at that speed it just becomes too quick, too fast.
And one thing that's for sure, with 4 gravel stages still to go, this rally is far from over. Stage 12 now, back to Willievansgeraamte West on the Lone Creek Falls Road outside Sabi. It's a repeat of stage 5, 16.11 kilometers of challenging gravel. Johnny Gemmel now 3rd overall after that mistake in the previous stage, 20 seconds behind leader Jan Habig. And Habig is leading Poulter now by a manageable 7.1 seconds. Can he put it together? Poulter, 2nd overall, wanting to put the pressure on Habig.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to buckle under that. He's a seasoned campaigner, and he really has got a couple of championships under the belt. He knows how to drive. What's this? Oh my God! This is Habig.
But Habig has rolled the car. Habig is out of the rally. A dramatic development on stage 12. Here comes Arjen Fekken. There's no way that Habig will continue, and everybody else will move up one position. But Habig leading this rally by a comfortable and manageable margin. We don't know yet whether it was a mechanical issue or driver error, but certainly a turn up for the books.
Long max left there. Oh, long max left. And Max,
okay, eh?
yeah. And long max right in. 160 up, Max bro.
We've just had the text message through. Habig is out. What happened? Have you heard?
Yeah, 12 kilos into the stage, Johnny rolled. So both crew are out of the car and they're okay. So we don't know what happened. We'll have to wait and see. We'll go and fetch the car after the other competitors is through the stage.
Well, the disappointment is just tangible, isn't it? This is JP Damso in a safe 6th position overall still, and not under pressure at all.
Basil Reebes up 4 to Charles Wilkin, Greg Godrich. Just under 4 minutes to make up, lying 8th overall.
Now Grenier, he's in 7th already. He's made up places hand over fist. So far on this rally, goes 5th fastest in stage 12. And here's Lateghan in the Peugeot once again starting to find his feet.
Car number 7, Team Sasol, John Williams from Cooper's Frey still circulating, trying to chase down some time.
Camille de Villiers now 20th overall. He lost about 6 minutes yesterday, but now he's starting to set some impressive stage times.
Epic battle for the lead, and it's ended upside down.
Yeah, well, it's it's a risk that we take, and cutting the edge very fine. This one was obviously a bit too fine, and that was the end result.
A little bit of the pressure from the Toyotas as well?
No, it looks like we had the wheel went flat as we came over the crest, as it landed. It seemed to have pulled off the rim, and it veered off to the right. We caught it, came back to the left, and pulled it back to the right, and it went through a ditch in the grass, and that was it.
Game over, but luckily no damage to you or your co-driver here.
I know we were fine. Rob's got a bit of a sore collarbone, but I think they'll sort it out quickly.
Well, that must have been a spectacular crash. And remarkably, this is the first time in 14 years that Jan Habig has crashed out of a rally. After 12 stages, Leroy Poulter and Albin Coetzee lead Johnny Gemmel and Drew Starrett by just 7.3 seconds. Mark Grenier up into 6th position overall ahead of Charles Wilkin and Mohamed Boussa. Stage 13, Willievansgeraamte East. It's a repeat of stage 6. That's right next door in the same area. 11.51 kilometers of challenging gravel as well.